Hello, FlossTube. It is time for day 13 of Flossmas. So I will open my advent calendars, show you what I worked on yesterday, and then we'll spin the wheel to see what I'll work on today. So our first calendar is this chocolate one I got from Target. So let's find number 13. Here it is. Here, the star at the top of the tree. Let's see what we have today. Oh, I think we had this one just recently. It's the white chocolate latte macchiato right above my finger there. All right, and I liked it last time. Good. Has that coffee flavor I like. Okay, before we go any further, two things. A friend of mine pointed out that my Flossmas days 5 through 8 was the same video as 1 through 4. It's a whole process to try and get things uploaded anymore to FlossTube. I can't do it directly from my phone. It just takes hours and hours and hours. So anyway, it is now fixed. So you have the correct video now for days 5 through 8, so you don't have to watch days 1 through 4 twice. And the other thing is at the end of 9 through 12, I did a little tour of fully finished projects that were on my wall and didn't realize that I couldn't switch from portrait to landscape in the middle. So some of it is sideways, so I apologize for that. I learned something new, so I won't do that again. All right, now we're on to our Historical Sampler Company. Stickers on upside down on this one. Number 13. Sorry, I know that's noisy. Let's see what we have in here. Ooh. It's let me see if I can pull a little bit out. It's some ribbon. It's like like velvety ribbon. I bet we can use that to finish some of our stuff. Green velvet ribbon. That's nice. All right, I'll add that to my stash. I should be starting to stitch some of these, but I haven't. All right, so yesterday what we spun was Frosty Forest, and I went online and looked it up, so I made a little sheet of where each chart was supposed to go because I wasn't sure which one I had started on. So I found a picture of that, and I'll put a picture in here of what the whole thing together looks like. But the one I'm working on, let me pull that one out anyway, is this little guy, Snowy Friends. That's the one I'm working on. And I did 146 stitches. So just the green on this tree, that's what I got done in an hour. So an hour's not very long, but hey, it's progress. More than I had before. And this one, I think I may have mentioned it before, will probably come back out in January too, since it's a winter one and not a Christmas one. And then the only other thing I worked on yesterday or last night was the Snow Queen from Stitches So Beautiful. So I'll put a picture in of what it's going to look like. And I did 169 stitches, sorry. 169 stitches yesterday. That made 306 stitches total for the week for their stitch along. So you have to do at least 250 full cross for the week in order to stay in the drawing, or not the drawing, but to get the free chart at the end of the month. So I mostly did these dark stitches in here, and there's a few holes in there because I found that I don't have all the colors I need. I hadn't purchased all of them. I had tried to just go through the first page or so and get those ones, but of course I missed a few. Okay, that's all I stitched on yesterday. Oh, sorry, I just knocked the table. So let's see what we're going to stitch on today. So get my wheel, try not to drop it again. Let's see what it says. The workshop. Okay, this is that really old one that I haven't worked on in 20, 30 years probably. So let me show you what it's going to look like. So this is from Fancy That. Again, an old chart, old designer. I'm sure they're not any, yeah, it says July of 98 is when my LNS got that chart. So, where do you suppose my threads are? They're not in here. We'll have to find those. All right, and this is what I have done. I pulled this out of a plastic bag, so hopefully I can find those somewhere. I think, hopefully it's DMC. Nope, it's Sampler's thread. Okay, well this could be interesting. Really the only one I would have to worry about is this brown down here. And up above, so a lot of these are the little buttons. This I haven't started, so it won't matter if the dye lot is different than when I started this. Oh, I have no idea where the threads are. We're gonna have to figure that out before I start working on that today. All right, that is it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I will be back tomorrow to show you what I got done on that, when I find some threads, and we'll see what I open up again. All right, thank you. Hello, Floss Tube. It is time for day 14 of Flossmas. So we will open the advent calendars. I'll show you what I stitched on yesterday, and then we'll spin the wheel to see what I'm going to stitch on today. So let's just get started. My first advent calendar is this chocolate one. I just got it from Target. Nothing fancy. 14 is right over here. So let's see what we have in here. I don't remember if we've had this one before or not. Let's see. It's a round one with stripes on it. Oh yes, we have. Okay, I love these. Raspberry, it's right above my finger here. Raspberry flavored in milk chocolate. I love raspberry and chocolate together. That's good. And no nuts anywhere. Okay. My next advent calendar is the Historical Sampler Company. So let's see what's in here. Ah, well, it's all packaged up, but it's a seam ripper. So if you have to unpick some stitches, you can use that to do it. And we've all had to do that. Hopefully not too often. Okay, that's our advent calendar. So yesterday, the wheel spun, and it picked the Workshop, which is probably one of my oldest whips. It's this one. And my threads were not in here. I did not find them anywhere, so I tried to re-pull, and I didn't have most of the ones I needed. So I had to kind of count up and work with the colors I did have. So I had all of this done. So what I worked on yesterday is this right here. So I counted up. I did have the charcoal for that and the whitewash for this. So I did only 93 stitches, which is probably just as well, just in case I counted wrong. Won't be that many stitches I have to redo. I mean, I tried to count very carefully, but you know how that goes. So I will have to, next time I'm in my LNS, pick up those other threads and put them in here so that next time I want to work on that, I have everything I need. And then the other project I worked on was my stand-up Santa from Hands On Design. This was a Jingle Ball project. I'll put a picture in of what it's going to look like. I did 152 stitches on this one. And this is what it looks like now. It's on a 18 or 20 count. I can't remember, and the little sticker doesn't say. So I just started filling in this red here in his coat. So that's all I got done last night. I'll probably work on it again tonight too after I finish my whatever the wheel spins. All right, and that's what we're ready for now. So let's see what we're going to work on today. Santa's Village. All right, and this is the one that I said when it gets drawn, I'm gonna have to make a decision. Oh, I wonder if this is where my threads are. Oh, maybe. For the workshop. No, it's just Santa's Village. All right, so this is, again, a whole, series of charts that we put all together. How many are there? 3, 6, 9, 10. That doesn't seem right. Maybe it's 5 and 5. If I can, I'll find a picture of the whole thing and put it in for you. But this is where I'll be starting. This is one, when I showed you all of my projects on the wheel, I was trying to decide if I was going to restart this one. So this is lamb's wool. I think it's a 32 count. And it's stiff. And the white wasn't showing up as well as I wanted it to. Now I did change, I believe the pattern calls for just regular white, and I changed it to B5200. And I don't remember where I changed it, which ones are white and which ones are B5200. But I think I will just continue on this fabric. I have the whole first one done, I think, or very, very close if it's not done. So I think I will just continue on this fabric, making sure I use B5200. And then if I figure out where I used just the white before, then I will pull it out and replace it with the B5200. If I can't figure it out, then it's not worth pulling out and replacing. All right, so we'll see how much I get done on that today. All right, and that's it. Like I said, I'll probably work on my stand-up Santa some more and see if I can get some more of his coat done. And then I'll be back tomorrow. You won't see these until I string them all together, but I'll be back tomorrow to show you what I've got done. All right, thanks. Bye. Hello, FlossTube, and welcome to Flossmas Day 15. So every day have been coming to you, and well, you don't see it every day. I film every day, and then when I get like 4 of them, I post it out there to YouTube. But I open my chocolate calendar, my historical sampler company. We see what I stitched on the day before, and then I spin to see what I stitch on today. So we will start with my chocolate advent calendar. This is just one I got from Target. And we are looking for day 15. Oh, it's this cute little penguin right here. So let's see what's in here. It's another round one. Let's see what it says. It is coffee, milk, cream, and biscuit pieces in dark chocolate. I think that's probably my favorite one, this one down here. That is so good. I love dark chocolate. I love coffee flavored things. I don't drink coffee, but I like coffee flavored things. That might be my favorite. And I think that's the second time we've had that, so that's probably the end. So here is day 15. Kind of bumpy. This is the Historical Sampler Company. See what's in here today. Oh, how cute. I think it's like so it's little reindeer and Christmas trees. Oh, I think they're individual. I thought it was all together at first, but it's not. It's little individual buttons. So you can add them on to a project. Oh, those are cute. All right, that'll be fun. I don't want to lose those. Okay, so yesterday the wheel spun Santa's Village, and I did find a picture of the whole thing together, so I'll put that in here. This is on 32 count lamb's wool, And I thought I was done with the first one. I wasn't done with the first one. And I didn't get done with it yesterday either. I did 153 stitches. And that was all down here in this white. So I still have to finish one. There's one more row of white all the way across. And then there's like a, well, here, I'll show you this design anyway. Maybe. Way up. Is this it? Yeah. So there's a little greenery at the bottom. And then each one has a button. But I won't put those on until I'm done with the whole thing, because I won't want to put a Q-snap on over the buttons. So that's where we got to. Some more snow and then the thing at the bottom, and then I can start on the next one. And I did, when I found the picture, it said that you put them all horizontally right next to each other with no spaces in between, and then like 2 spaces vertically. And I found that I have 11 charts and there's 12, so I need to pick up that 12th one. Don't know. I thought I would have had it, but it's not here with the rest of them, so I'll have to pick that up. And then the only other thing I worked on my stand-up Santa some more, but not a whole lot, just 91 stitches. I didn't have a lot of time yesterday to stitch. So I did the white here and then part of that sleeve, and that's all I did. This is probably one I'll take when we do some traveling, because it's such big count. It's either an 18 or a 20 count, and we use pearl cotton. Okay, now let's see what I'm going to work on today. Festive Forest. This was from Jingle Ball last year. It's from the Blue Flower, and it's a big one. Let's see. Yeah, I do have a picture. Oops. So this is what it will look like when it's finished. So that's how we're supposed to finish it, and then that's kind of a mock-up of everything. And I am doing mine on a different fabric. Janine from the Blue Flower was actually here at my LNS teaching a class. And so she helped me pick out this fabric. This is 32 count Valor by Picture This Plus. And what she called for, my LNS didn't have Cypress from Fiber on a Whim. And she said this was close. So this is where I will be starting from. So I've been working over here. I don't have much left on this side, so I finished this rabbit. See if I can hold both of these at the same time. So you can see I have to finish the rabbit and then the tree, and then it'll be half done. But it will be beautiful someday when it's finished. And hopefully I'll be able to finish it as it's called for. All right, that's it for today. Today's the 15th. I'll do one more day tomorrow, and then I'll post those 4 days. So I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Hello, FlossTube. It is time for Flossmas Day 16. So I will open my advent calendar, show you what I worked on last night. We'll spin the wheel for today. And then I will go ahead and post the last 4 days. I forgot to get my tablet ready. So you should see hopefully all of these today on the 16th. Barring any strange happenings trying to upload. It's always a challenge. Sorry, I'm just getting my tablet ready. I forgot to do that. Okay, now we're ready. Now we're ready. All right, so I always start out with my chocolate advent. This is just something I picked up at Target. And day 16 is right here. So let's open that. Oh, it's a heart. I don't remember if we've had this one before or not. Come out of there. So this is caramel and dark chocolate. Yeah, I think we have had it because caramel always sticks to my teeth when I'm trying to talk to you after I eat it. That's good. It's not too sticky. This is day 16 of the Historical Sampler Company. It feels like another chart. Let's see. Let's see what we have today. It is, oh, how cute. Little snowman, Mr. and Mrs. Snowman. And then the Ada to stitch them on. Oh. So there's instructions on the back how to finish it with stuff that we've received in our Advent box. All right. Add that to my stack of projects that I've received and haven't worked on. All right, yesterday, the wheel spun Festive Forest. This was a Jingle Ball project from last year by the Blue Flower. Let me find the picture. Obviously, I did not get it done last year. So this is what it will look like when it's finished. That's the way we're going to finish it, and then that's the whole piece there, a mock-up of the whole piece. And so I did 140 stitches. So here's the whole, everything I have done. Let me get this folded up a little bit. So it's going to be a long one. And then yesterday I was working on this rabbit, so all I did was some more work on the body of the rabbit and his legs. I was hoping to get him done, but it didn't happen. So if you haven't been with me before, what I do with everything that I spin on the wheel, I work on them for an hour. And then however many stitches I get done on that hour, that's how many I get done. And then we spin again the next day. This one will probably come back out in January. And when I do my December recap, I'll talk about my plans. I really have pared down plans instead of trying to do too many things. I'm going to try and get more work done on fewer things. But I'll talk about that in my in my December recap, which will probably be the first week of January. All right, and then the only other thing I worked on, I'm still working on one of my Jingle Bell projects from this year. This is by Hands On Design. I'll put a picture in of what it's going to look like. It's Stand Up Santa. And so yesterday I finished this sleeve, did this sleeve, and did the 2 mittens. So that's all I got done last night. 99 stitches. But I wasn't going to load up another needle for 1 stitch, so it'll just stay at 99. Okay. Now let's see what we're going to work on today. Hopefully I'll have more time to stitch today. Winter Folk. Okay, this is by Hands On Design. This one. So she had a whole series of these for the seasons, and I have the board, although I haven't done anything with it yet. But that's Winter Folk, and I haven't done too much on this, but it will be fun to see what I can get done in an hour. So I just have this very top part started, and this is on the called for fabric 32 count driftwood linen by Hands Dyed by Stephanie. So I just have that very top part done. So yeah, I'll be ready to do, there's a line of white and then the first part of the alphabet. So we'll see how much I get done today. And then hopefully I'll have some time to work on my Stand Up Santa again also. My goal is to get him to where I can just fill in his coat when I'm traveling, because then I don't have to pay as much attention to the chart. And it's a nice big count fabric, so it should be easy to work on in the car. All right, well, that is it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll put in days 13 through 16 together and post them to YouTube so you can see them. All right, I'll be back tomorrow. Bye.